Hold on. Right, like, what's going on?
Okay. Maybe I need to put the headphones on so there's no feedback. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, but then they can't hear. Okay, wait a minute.
I hear you say.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I heard her ask the question. What do you do? Like, does your husband get the last say? So I think part of your question was that. You go back to the vision.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what happens at the end of the day if they have two different visions? Does he then get the last? You know what I mean? Like, what? The reason why I'm asking is because I know, like, and I've had this experience before.
So you're saying if they don't agree?
Right, if they don't agree. And I've had a vision, and my husband didn't have a vision. And I didn't think what he was doing was right.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of acquiesced and said, okay, you are my head. This is, you make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, I found out, I'm so glad that I did, because I had so much more level of respect for him after, because he knows so much more than me. I'm just saying this out of a relationship that I had with my husband.
Right.
Like I was disrespecting him, undermining him really because of my own issues. But when I have grown to get past, I'm starting to realize this man knows so much more, and I know that God speaks to him. So let me respect who God has given me, the position that he has in my life and who God has given me. So I guess that is my question. So definitively, if your visions are separate, does he get the last word, basically? I mean, in love, you know?
Well, I'm going to say our visions aren't separate, but we might not agree on things that come up. We may not agree on things that come up. And yes, my husband does have the last word. And I just come into agreement. Like what you said, it turns out a whole lot better because we agree. God honors that. Where two agree, God will be in the midst. But as long as I'm disagreeing and I'm against it and I'm undermining it, it's never going to prosper. God is not going to let your marriage fail either. If you're trusting it in him, he's not going to let your marriage fail. So while you're saying, well, my husband, I don't think this is the right decision that he's making. Now who do you go to? Well, God, I agree with my husband. I'm going to allow him to go ahead and do this. I'm not going to do anything to undermine it. But God, you got to fix this. You cannot let this go through. So God is going to honor that. But when you disagree and you become rebellious, that's witchcraft. And you allow Satan to come right on in and cause division. I can't hear. What'd she say? She said something.
I think this submission thing works just fine as long as you needs. It makes it much easier to do. Well, I thought it would be a big barrier in my marriage, and it really not. It's nice.
Well, you know what? Once you submit, you know God is going to hold him accountable for that. He's the leader of the house. He's the head of the house. God is going to hold him accountable. So you just let go.
Right.
My mentor taught me. I had to learn the hard way, but it was like when I was speaking to my mentor one day and supporting my husband. she pretty much said what you just said. Be willing to go off the cliff with him.
Yeah.
And that there spoke volumes to me. From that point on, I think that really helped me to understand what it meant to support and submit.
Mm-hmm.
And so pretty much just summed it up the same way, though.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I did want to ask though, when it comes to the vision board, how do you initiate it? Because a lot of times it's hard for me to even want to initiate something because I should initiate it. He should be the one who spearheads this. And it's like
Why?
It feels awkward when it's like me coming up. Like for instance,
Why does that feel awkward for you to initiate?
Well, it's not awkward for me to initiate in the bedroom.
Okay.
I know they like that. But as far as everything else, as far as kind of give direction to the household, I feel like that should be him. That should be his position. Like,
you want to follow that lead.
I want to follow that lead. I don't want to be the person that's saying, hey, we need to come up with a vision thing. Bruh, you heard it before. How come you can't just bring it to me? Why do I have to bring it to you?
Because that may not be his strength. See, me and my husband, we got caught up in the woman's role and the man's role. And the woman's role is, what's the normal woman's role? She's supposed to cook. She's supposed to clean. She's supposed to take care of the kids. Right.
Have babies.
And the man's, right, of course we got to have the babies. And the man's role is to do the finances, bring home the money. Okay, well, my husband is not a good finance person, but we got caught up in that role and our bills were late. We got caught up in that role and the mortgage company was calling. I am the person who is more mature in the finance department. I may be the person who's more mature in coming up with the great ideas for the house. So if I come up with the great ideas and he's like, man, that's a good idea. Let's do this. You can't sit on your gifts and say, well, I don't want to be the one who initiates it when it's for both of you. You are one.
Because I mean, like,
that may not be his gift.
That's the hard part. That's not easy for me. I mean, back in December, we sat down and I was just like, okay, let's map out our goals for 2016. And I kind of gave him a category. He was like, man, I ain't never did this before. And I'm like, really? And so it kind of just opened up his eyes to something different. But I still was like, I felt like that should not have been on me. Like, he should have been the one saying, okay, let's sit down. Let's have a meeting. Let's say in 2016 now. Let's give some direction to our lives.
Where would he have learned that from?
I was just about to say that. Where would he have learned that?
Well, you know his H2. Okay.
He had to learn that from somewhere. Like now, our kids will automatically have that ingrained in them because they have a vision board as children and they see us work a vision board as a family. So our kids will have that. But where would your husband have learned? Did he have a vision board growing up?
Okay.
Right. So if he didn't learn it, he probably can't implement it.
Okay.
And now you have the skills to do it.
You've never done goal planning before, so you're right.
Yeah, so once that seed is planted, he might just run away with it.
Yeah. It just hit me too, because if they've never known it, and we did, how can we expect it to come from them?
Right.
That's our problem. We're always expecting what we did from them when men have had it harder than we have, and we sit here and we're like, oh, come on now, grow up.
Right.
But it's kind of like when that wall is there, they don't know how to do it. They don't want to seem like in front of us they're incapable, they're unqualified, because that's our spouse. I can't look at my wife and have her looking at me like I can't do nothing.
Right.
Because I'm the leader of the house.
Right.
I'm supposed to be the head. She's looking at me. Then we're sitting here like, you don't know how to do a vision board? You can't come to me. Come on.
Right. Why do I have to be the one initiated? Why do I have to tell you to? Well, because no one else did.
You're right.
No, because that's my number one thing. Why I always got to initiate?
Speak their life.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like, I need you, and I get it, but how do you get your mate or your husband to that I always take and speak into you too. We can't. I feel like sometimes I'm just always speaking into my mate.
Mm-hmm.
When or how can I get him to do the same? Not just just be okay.
You have to tell him exactly what you need. We have to stop saying, well, he should know. No, he's not going to know. He's not your dad. He didn't grow up with you. He's not your mom. He didn't have you. He didn't rear you and raise you. He's not going to know you intimately like that unless you teach him how to love you. I gave my husband, I gave him 4 things to do that he used to put in his wallet. I was like, I want you to hold my hand when we go to the store. I want you to kiss me when you come in the house. Like, I used to be mad at that. How you just come in the house, walk past me, go upstairs, and you didn't kiss me? I'm sitting right here. So why was I angry? Because I never told him what I wanted. So then I even bought the little sign from Walmart that said, kiss me goodnight. I wanted to be kissed goodnight. Y'all seen that sign, haven't you? Yeah, I put it on our bedroom wall. Kiss me goodnight. So then I would just tap him on his shoulder and point to the wall. Now, you might say, well, if he really wanted to kiss you, he would do it on his own. Well, that's nothing that he thought of on his own. He wasn't kissing nobody goodnight every night. He just got married. So I told him how I wanted to be treated. And now our sign is gone. It took about a year. Bruh, right there. Kiss me goodnight. Kiss me when you come in the house. Hold my hand at Walmart. Hold my hand when we go to Sam's. Hold my hand, please. I want to feel like you're with me. But he's so focused and driven. But now he just does the stuff I asked him to do. Because I told him how I wanted to be treated. They don't know. No more. I can guarantee you there's some things that you're missing the mark on too. If you was really wanting to know what your husband needed and wanted from you, and you gave him that opportunity and you said, tell me one area I could improve in to show you that I love you, he'd have something. And you would be like, oh, wow, I didn't know you wanted that. Well, you never opened up that conversation before. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I've interrupted you all.
That's okay. How often do y'all meet?
Has it been once a month?
Has it been every other month, once a month, once every other month, something like that.
That is so awesome.
She tells come over. Occasional.
But that's good to have other wives who want their marriage. To hold you guys accountable. That is awesome.
See you later. Be careful.
Thank you.
So, can you feel like, may I ask, like, where are you from and what church you go to, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Like,
okay, I live in Tennessee now. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I've been married 17 years. I go to the Pursuit of God Church in Memphis, Tennessee. My pastor is Apostle Ricky Floyd, and his wife Sheila Floyd. And we found their church when, like I said, my husband and I were going through a bad time. We weren't going to the church then. We started going to what they have there called the School of Marriage. So we started going to the School of Marriage, and eventually we moved to Memphis and joined the church. Because we would drive like an hour and a half just to go to the School of Marriage. And we eventually moved closer so that we could join the church, and that's where we've been. We have 2 children, a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old, who have gone through hell with us in our marriage and back. So they know what redemption looks like. They know what forgiveness looks like. Like, we don't keep anything from our kids. We don't. Because they know. They feel it. They're around. They know when the argument is about to start. You know, they get tensed up. But not anymore. That was then. They said me either. Scope says me either.
another question.
Okay.
How you was talking about initiating things and telling him how to love us, but in my personal case, I lost my wedding ring in 2 years ago. And so I'm like, do I really need to sit here and tell him buy me another wedding ring? Because he didn't have to tell me to buy him another one when he lost his. And I'm like, I'm being petty. But I'm just like,
Anthony. If that's what you want, if you want him to buy you one, then say buy me another wedding ring.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. We make it harder than it has to be.
It does. I will
and
agree.
You know what? He's probably not even. He probably would have told you didn't have to buy me no ring. He probably wasn't studying it.
It was like I pointed it out. It's like, hey, it's like I have an issue. I have an issue. Can you help me with my issue? Right. And it's like, a month go by, 2 months go by, I still got the issue.
It's been 2 years ago. And I'm just like, okay.
And guess what, Kiara? It'll be 2 more years if you don't say anything.
You sitting there not saying nothing. So after 2 months, hold on. Yeah, what I finally had to do, because this is an issue and you are not really acknowledging how bad of an issue it is for me. So while we're out today, we getting ready to look in the mall at the jewelry store. Because I done showed you pictures.
I like how you put that, though.
I done showed you pictures. I done took pictures while I'm out. I showed Elijah and Bernice. Like, oh, y'all like this, right? I done gave hints. I done told you what I need. You're not following it. So let me hold your hand, and we're going to walk around the mall, and I'm going to show you there we are in person. Okay, you know what? I know our budget, so we don't have to do a whole nother diamond again. We can do this.
Right.
And I'll do this. It'll hold me over.
Look,
but I
need to be a bubblegum machine with a ring right now. That's better than empty hands to me. So
but men don't take hints. Why would you give a hint? See, you don't hint around. You just say what you want.
Why men don't take hints? Like, we're real life.
Because that's why you'll stay frustrated if you're constantly hinting around of what you want. You will stay frustrated. You just be straightforward and say, hey, I want you to buy me a ring because I lost mine 2 years ago. I would like for you to buy me another one. Then it's solved. It could have been solved 2 years ago.
Jesus.
See, that's too easy.
Yeah.
And
they can't be mad if you walk around bare.
Right.
Well,
you're mad at him.
Speaking of walking around bare, so I had a substitute ring.
Uh-huh.
From when my grandmother passed away. Well, I got hip to the game. I'm like, okay, well, he probably got too comfortable, so I took it off. Because from time to time, we do a ring check when we going out places. Like, you got your ring on? So I'm just waiting on him to ask that question. Like, I ain't got no ring from you. Like, am I being petty?
Yes.
No.
Because somehow I lost that. Now, I ain't got to be big like you did, but you're going to have to go and do something about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be walking around here barely. You're going to be mad when everybody start hitting on me.
Right.
I'm married. Well, how they don't know?
Right.
What's it? It ain't nothing here. How are they supposed to know?
So I intentionally have not worn a ring
so
in
tonight
like
you need
2
to
weeks. Okay.
When we get in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. We want them to know without telling them, but they're not. They're not magicians.
Right.
They're not magicians. They're not mind readers. And you will have so much less frustration if you just keep it straightforward. Even in the bedroom, y'all. Now can we get there for real quick? Just real quick. My kids went upstairs. Okay. Even in the bedroom, you can't be frustrated and mad that he didn't do what you wanted him to do when you didn't say, do it like this. Touch me right here. Touch me right there. Communication.
That's good.
Yeah. Effective. Yeah. Communication.
She said effective communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, no
Okay.
assumptions. No assumptions.
That's good. Okay. Well, do you have anything else? Can you believe we about at an hour
well, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry you couldn't see everybody. Some folks thought they wanted to be on screen, so
that's okay.
We're ladies in the house. Of course, I'm sure you heard them, but
yes.
We really enjoy you coming to hang out with us tonight.
Thank you. Have fun. Bye-bye.
Stay encouraged. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Right. See you later.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. So now, woohoo! I was doing a wives club with Kiera Davis. She won my book about a month ago now. And she wanted me to come on and be one of her guests in her wives club. So that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? How you doing? So it's Friday night. I had not planned on a scope. Hey, Kiera. The name of my book is A Prophet to Her Husband. A Prophet to Her Husband. And you can get it on my website, or you can get it on Amazon. Amazon.com if you want it, a digital version of it on Kindle. Or you can purchase it on my website, drmelindaharper.com. Okay, so you said, what kind of scope is this? Normally, my scopes are not this. I am in Tennessee. Normally, I come on and I talk about marriage, family, children, husbands, wives in waiting, anything about relationships. So tonight, I was invited to be a guest speaker at a wives club. So, yeah. Hey, first timer. I was invited to be a guest speaker in a wives club, so I thought I'd scope it. So normally my scopes are not like you hearing other people in the background, but I just thought I'd go ahead and scope it tonight. Yay, I had fun. Good. I need to start a wives club. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Somebody else can do it. Wives in waiting. So what is that? Wives in waiting is women who desire to be married, who desire to have a husband, but we're not going to stop there. You don't just say, I want a husband, I want to get married. Stop praying for that. Pray that God makes you a wife, because a wife is what he's looking for. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? And obtains favor. So if he's looking for a wife, he's not going to find a single, I can do bad all by myself, independent woman. He's going to find a wife, because he who finds a wife. So I call those women who desire to be wives, wives in waiting. That's what a wife in waiting is. Yes. So what are y'all up to tonight? How many first timers do I have? First time on Scope with me. Put one or me. Oh, hi. How'd you hear about me? You just finished scoping? Okay, I'm going to go back and give your scope hearts. Wow. Almost everybody's first time. Wow. Hi, y'all. Okay, so who's married? You're not married? You don't have to be. You don't have to be to join my scopes. I talk about everything. Okay, cool. Uncle RC, Uncle Blakes, Uncle Bishop. That's why I call him Uncle Bishop. Okay, cool. I love him. Yes, so you can come here if you're married, unmarried, desire to be married, desire to be a wife. I'm going to prepare you to be a wife if that's what you want. Because you know what? Once you learn that being a wife is an assignment, you may not even want to be a wife. I don't know. It's not for everyone. And if you're married, you can attest to that. Marriage is not for everyone. Some people want to do it because it looks good, or they just want to be with someone. But if you just want to get married to be with somebody, be by yourself. I'm going to tell you that now. Because you could be married and be alone. You can be married and still be by yourself. You can be married and not even have a husband. What? How does that work? Because he ain't there. You're just married. And you're not even a wife. You're married and you're not even a wife. Right. But What I talk about is being a wife and being married and having a husband. All of those. How do you get my book? Go to drmelindaharper.com. And if you go to my profile in my, you said you guess you're not ready. If you go, if you go to my profile on Periscope, you can just click on the link and it'll take you straight to my website. And there's some goodies there. And I just finished the 40-day love dare. Been divorced for 14 years, single on purpose for going, hey, yes. Let me tell y'all, when I was single, I had fun being single. Yes, I do. I do sessions. I had fun being single. I enjoyed my single life. And when it was time to get married, I knew. One way I knew that I was going to be married soon is because people was mistaking me for a wife all the time. What they would say, oh, I thought you were married. Oh, I thought you had a husband. Like, I was wondering why nobody was asking me out. I'm like, well, how come you didn't ask me out? Well, I thought you were already married. I wasn't wearing a ring. And see, single women, if you don't, a good, nice man is not going to approach you and you have a ring on your finger. He's not. He's not going to be like, oh, are you married, happily married? No, he's not going there. He's going to leave you alone because you're off the market. So if you don't want to be looked at as married, then don't wear rings. Don't wear wedding type rings on your finger, on your married finger. Because yes, take those rings off. Take them off. Because they're going to mean that you're married, or you're wearing a ring that means something to you, and 9 times out of 10, a man is going to think that another man gave it to you and that you're off the market. So if you don't want to look married, just don't wear the ring. Now, when I wanted to look married and I didn't want nobody bothering me, I wore a ring. But sometimes that backfired, because then you got those sleazy people who still want to talk to you and you have a ring on. But I knew I was close because people was mistaking me for a wife. And I'm like, I used to think that was, it's like, I don't want to look like a wife. But yes, I did, because he who finds a wife. So when my husband was he was looking for a wife, and he found me. Why call women wives and they're not married? I'm struggling with that. No, I'm not calling them a wife. I'm calling them a wife in waiting. Wives that are waiting to be found. Yeah, I'm not going around calling everybody wives. No, wives in waiting. And it is based off of he who finds a wife finds a good thing. That's just my thing. You don't have to call them a wife. You can call them single. They're single. They are single. Yes, waiting to be found. So my husband and I, we're going to write a book together, Wives in Waiting, and then the flip side is going to be Husbands in Pursuit. Because the husband is the one that's looking. Yes. Wifey crap doesn't count either. That term annoys me. Yeah, huh? I never liked that. Yes, being found is the key. Wait. So, women, you're not going out and searching for a husband. You're not going to, he's going to have to find you. How do you find, how do you get found? What? Who's asking, the man or the woman? Because you can't be just, you don't go out there throwing yourselves on men. Hunting is what they do, right? He finds her. How do you find something? It's hidden. Be what someone is looking for. When you find it, it's hidden. It's not just out there. They should pursue you. Thank you. I put some powder on. Thank you. Thank you. No. You don't wait until marriage to prepare to be a wife. You prepare now. Girl, if you wait until you're married, that's 50% chance of divorce right there, because you're waiting. This is right now. This is my analogy for it. Yes, this is my analogy for it. If you're going to have surgery, okay, that's what she was saying. Okay. Well, then she's good. No, you prepare now. You don't wait. If you're going to have surgery, you don't want that surgeon to be like, oh, I've always wanted to do surgery on somebody. I've always thought about this. I've heard about it. And since you're the one that's here, I'm going to do the surgery on you. No, you better go to school. You better learn something for you to do some surgery on me. Just like getting married. You need to learn something about marriage before you get married. You need to learn that being a wife is an assignment. You need to learn as a husband, you got 4 times as many things that you're accountable for as a husband. Because if you're leading and no one's following, then you're just walking. A husband is a leader. He becomes a leader of his home. And I think we're talking about submission with the wives in the wives club. Sometimes we think our men are stupid. How do you relight the fire? Girl, you talking my stuff now. Hold on. Hold on. I got that answer. Sometimes we think our husbands are stupid, but he chose you. So how stupid could he be? That was a good decision, right? That was a good decision. They're not dumb. They're not stupid. A lot of times we get in the way. They can't hear God's voice because our voice is too loud. We're the ones talking. We're the ones blabbing. And sometimes you have to get quiet, ladies. No, it's not 50-50. It's 100-100. Right. Sometimes you just have to shut up so that he can hear from God. Okay, so the question was, how do you relight the fire? How do you relight the fire? Okay, here's how you relight the fire. We had what we call, I forgot the word. Okay, anyway, but this is what you do. You start